From Nutrien Ag Solutions, this is Senior Meteorologist Andrew Pritchard with your Canadian Prairie weather story for Monday, May 3rd, 2021. We are advisory free across the Prairie provinces here on this Monday morning. As we take a look at the satellite picture, a lot of the region is going to be cloud free, or at very least precipitation free as we get the week started. We'll go ahead and highlight the Prairie provinces here. We have some rain and some clouds making their way out of southeastern Manitoba into southern Ontario this morning. We're clear as you make your way back off to the west, as far as precipitation goes, maybe some high-level clouds in that area, but it's going to be across this region that we'll see the chance for some light precipitation early this week, and then maybe some heavier precipitation as we get toward the back half of the week, Friday into Saturday. I'm talking about central and southern Alberta, down into southwestern Saskatchewan, a region that really could use the precipitation, so it would be wonderful if we can all cross our fingers and hope that this forecast doesn't change. But let's take a look at some of the details. Again, here looking at the radar on Monday morning, there are those showers across really far southeastern Manitoba, mostly moving into southwestern Ontario this morning. We'll take a look at the high-resolution NAM model. It's picking up on that precipitation off to the south and to the east today. Also picking up on the mostly clear conditions as you make your way back toward the west. We'll put this into motion, though, see what we've got over the next 3.5 days. We'll bring it back here, and you can see the light precipitation, light showers, light flurries making their way in here with this disturbance on Tuesday, moving from central and southern Alberta down into southwestern Saskatchewan as we get into Tuesday night. Maybe some light showers lingering into the day on Wednesday, but we'll see some ridging here as we get into kind of late Wednesday, Thursday into Friday that should allow us to warm up and keep us dry here as we head into midweek. So other than maybe a few light showers on Wednesday, we'll call it a dry day across the Prairie. We'll call Thursday a dry day across the Prairie with some sunshine as well and warmer conditions. And we'll take a look at the Friday, Saturday precipitation in just a moment. But side by side, here's the NAM on the left, the European model on the right, both kind of honing in on that kind of scattered, mostly light precipitation. We're looking at total precipitation in millimeters here, and you're seeing a lot of a trace to maybe 3 to 5 millimeters of precipitation with pockets of higher totals there with some of the heavier showers. So this is not a drought-busting precipitation, probably enough to kind of moisten the soil on the top level here as we head through, again, this Tuesday precipitation event. Now, as we head deeper in the week, we will see another wave sweep in. We're going to look at the 500 millibar height pattern across North America. We'll animate this as well. Here's the area of low pressure, the upper level low that kicked off the cloud cover and the precipitation that's moving out of southeastern Manitoba into southern Ontario today. I'm going to let this play for the next couple of days and then show you here as we get into midweek. This is our Wednesday, Thursday period of ridging, and that's going to mean a warm-up for most of us. Maybe some cooler air being tugged around the backside of the low here, keeping things on the cooler side as you head off toward the east into the Winnipeg area. But as you make your way into Alberta, Saskatchewan, heading into midweek, ridging in the jet stream between these two troughs, that's going to allow us to dry out and warm up as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. Now we'll put this into motion again, taking it into Friday and Saturday, and then here comes the next disturbance, the one that's going to bring precipitation right now, looking like central and southern Alberta into southwestern Saskatchewan. This is the one that slides right through here as we get into Friday and Saturday. So that would be our next precipitation maker. We'll flip it over and look at the precipitation forecast that accompanies all of this. Starting early in the week, precipitation moving out of southeast Manitoba into southern Ontario. We'll then make it into a kind of overnight into Tuesday. This is when we'll see those light showers, light snow flurries making their way out of central and southern Alberta into southwestern Saskatchewan. This is now Tuesday night, getting into Wednesday. And then again, maybe some light showers, light drizzle lingering into Wednesday morning. By and large, though, I think Wednesday into Thursday, ridging across the region, that's going to allow us to dry out and warm up across the region. Now, here comes our next storm. This is the one coming in here Friday. This is Friday morning now, maybe some snow. As you get into the higher elevations, Peace River toward the Calgary area, maybe seeing some snow with this. And then the precipitation expands down into southwestern Saskatchewan Friday night into Saturday. Of course, this is 5 days out. We're going to watch this day by day to keep up with the changes. But as I show you the total precipitation forecast, first from the European model, you can see it picking up on the heaviest precipitation across central and southern Alberta into southwestern Saskatchewan. That's where we're talking about the opportunity to pick up more than 30 millimeters of precipitation from this one. So this would be a sizable precipitation event. Contrast that with kind of the Monday night into Tuesday event we're looking at, very light precip. This one would bring a little bit heavier precipitation if it holds. Now the confidence here that I've got is backed up with the GFS. I'm going to flip back and forth here between European, GFS, European, GFS. You're seeing a very, very similar picture here. Unfortunately, that means mostly dry conditions for you in central and southeastern Saskatchewan, down into central and southern portions of Manitoba. The good news is that gives me higher confidence in this region, kind of from Peace River down toward southwestern Saskatchewan to, again, pick up some beneficial moisture as we get into the back of the week. But again, stay with me here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Let's track these changes if there are any, and kind of build that confidence if things remain consistent, which we would love to see, and maybe love even more to see this maybe lift north a little bit and expand that precipitation into more of the prairie. But as it stands right now, central, southern Alberta, southwestern Saskatchewan, looking at a good shot of some beneficial moisture here as we get toward the end of the week. Now, unfortunately, as we head into week 2, picking up on a mostly dry signal across the region. So we've got week 1 on the left, week 2 on the right. You're looking at the European Ensemble Precipitation Anomaly forecast, and we can pick up on Friday's storm system right there, expecting excess precipitation or higher than average precipitation over the coming week. Again, same region. I'm just hammering central and southern Alberta into southwestern Saskatchewan. And then you see the drier region here across the rest of Saskatchewan into central and southern Manitoba. Now, as we head into week 2, we're going to heap that dry bias across basically the entire prairie. You see some areas here maybe hitting average as you go back toward maybe north central Alberta. But the reason for that, the upper level pattern, the jet stream pattern across North America, is simply not going to be set up to favor the Canadian prairie as we head through the next 14 days. We do get this storm here coming in as we go into Friday and Saturday, but that almost even goes a bit against the pattern. So again, week 1 on the left, week 2 on the right, you're looking at the 500 millibar height anomaly pattern. And what you see here as we get started this week, you're seeing a big influence on that low across the Hudson Bay. That's what's brought the precipitation in southeastern Manitoba this morning and is going to keep things a little bit on the cooler side as we head through this week, is flow coming in on the back side of that upper level low. Now, we will see that Friday storm system sneak in here just to our south. That brings the precipitation to Alberta and southwestern Saskatchewan as it kind of rides underneath the ridge up here. But then as we head into week 2, the upper level flow, we're going to see a ridge here across the western United States. That is going to keep this region very active. Really the midsection of the United States looking at a fairly active pattern here with the potential for some severe weather as we head into Midway. But as you look at the pattern across Western Canada, you've got very tightly packed isobars here across, we'll call it, south of the Aleutian Islands heading into the Gulf of Alaska. And then you see the tighter packed, I'm really making a mess here, the more tightly packed isobars, though, you can kind of see them follow this trajectory here, diving down across the western United States, following that trough there, and then racing into the midsection of the U.S. And then what you see happening across Western Canada is almost this fanning out, where you see the upper level lines spreading out there. And so this leads to upper level divergence and convergence, upper level convergence as you get into Eastern Canada. And so, again, the whole point here is active weather, cloud cover, precipitation, they like the stronger jet stream flow. As we head into mid-May, the stronger jet stream flow going to be headed toward this region, leaving the Canadian prairie, the prairie provinces, under very weak upper-level flow. That is simply not going to focus, the upper-level winds and give us storm systems and precipitation. So we'll move on here, but the pattern at week 2, heading into mid-May, certainly does not at this time look like it pivots toward very active and very wet across the prairie provinces. It also does not look like we'll pivot straight into any sort of warm pattern across the region. It doesn't look extremely cold. I'm not seeing the signal of any sharp cold fronts or any extremely unseasonably cold air making its way in here as we head through the middle of May, but it looks like we'll keep a cooler bias here with a couple opportunities to warm up with, ridging moving into the region. But overall, over the next 2 weeks, a bit of a cooler bias with temperatures across the prairie. We'll see that here with your 10-day high and low temperature forecasts for a few of our cities across the prairie. And again, look at Calgary, warm up there. Wednesday and Thursday, highs in the mid to upper teens, cooling off a bit as we head into the weekend. Similar look here in Edmonton. Again, in Saskatoon, this is that's the midweek ridge. You're seeing that warmer, drier weather as we head into the middle part of the week. Similar look in Regina, and then Winnipeg again. You're a little bit closer to that upper level low. You're feeling the cooler air coming in around the backside. It takes a little longer to warm up here, but some hope for maybe some warmer weather heading into the mid-teens as we get into week 2. So that's what you've got. Chance for some light precip here Tuesday. Better chance for heavier rain and snow across central and southern Saskatchewan, southwestern Alberta. Sorry. Let's try that again. Central and southern Alberta, southwestern Saskatchewan, with that chance for heavier rain and snow Friday into Saturday, but then continuing to look drier overall as we head into week 2. Have a great Monday, a wonderful week.